And so if we're here by divine appointment, then it makes sense that our experiences and our encounters have an aspect of the divine within them.
With a burst of energy, I rise to greet the world. With a burst of energy, I rise to greet the world. With a burst of energy, I rise to greet the world. With a burst of energy, I rise to greet the world. I rise with a burst of energy. I rise, I rise. I rise with a burst of energy. I rise, I rise.
You know, I stop to listen to the joyful noise that we make every Sunday morning, you know, plus all the hugs. Where else can we get this nourishment in, what, an hour and a half? Holy mackerel. It's wonderful, isn't it? Okay, let me start with an invocation. Let's take a breath and settle down. So we know that there is one God, the source of all, the God of many names. We are all one with that source. We're so blessed. We give thanks for this and so much more. We give thanks that our sanctuary is filled with loving beings, all one. And so I release these words now as we say together, and so it is. I'm hearing an echo. Is there an echo?
Yeah, a little bit. We've got you, Rosie.
Good morning, 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 Mr. Echo, Echo, Echo. All right, let's light the candle. That represents the love that we are, each of us, together. The practitioners are about affirmative prayer. Oh, my name is Rosie, in case I think you all know me. So we know that the practitioners are about affirmative prayer. It's our privilege to pray for you and yours. We can treat for you or for someone 1,000 miles away. There's no difference. It's all the same. As the power of a prayer treatment knows no bounds. So put your prayer request, please, into that box. That's what we're all about as practitioners, to pray for you. So when the box is empty, we're not happy. So please make us happy. Louise Hay tells us, love is never outside of ourselves. Love is within. Ernest Holmes writes that love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. Here's another one. There's a part of our being that is beyond the personal self. You can consciously choose to identify with that part rather than with the psyche or the body. When you do this, a natural transformation begins to take place within you. By Michael Singer. You like Michael Singer, don't you? We are to look for God in each other and love this God, forgetting all else. Another by Ernest Holmes. This writing is called You Are Love Itself. I always thought I knew what love is. What a surprise to find out it is so much more than I thought. Most of the love I identified with was of a conditional kind. I love you if you do what I say or behave the way I think you should. What a surprise to find another deeper level of what we call love. This deeper love surfaces when we become so aligned with our core being that we just exist as love, without an agenda of getting anything. It requires becoming connected to that part of us that Michael Singer talks about in his quote. Through that connection, we find self-love, self-respect, and self-esteem, but not the arrogant, narcissistic kind. When you recognize that you are love, there is no urgency to seek it from outside yourself. Yet, ironically, it then comes to you easily because you are no longer trying to get anything. You are just being love, marinating in it, not seeking anything outside yourself. It is painful to always be seeking something from the outer world, no matter what it is. As long as what you seek is coming from the outer world, there will never be enough. You will always hunger for more. This is a perfect time to fall in love with the self as never before. You are filled to overflowing with all the love and innate wisdom you need. Don't waste any more time looking outside for what is already present. You are love. Live your life from the love that you are. And from a different page, a quote from Kabir jumped out at me, a mystic poet born in 1398. He lived for 120 years. The flute of the infinite is played without ceasing, and its sound is love. Nose running, sorry. I'm going to take this candle that glows with love and hold the high watch. Yeah, we've got it. I'm going to hold that high watch for peace and love in each one of us. Thank you.
You were there when I was falling. You were there when I fell in love. You were there when I was thinking all the things I was thinking of. You were always right beside me, never out of sight. You turned my never-evers into maybe I just might. Your pearly gates fly open when I bow my head and pray. My thunder turns to lightning, you rain sunshine on my day. When that melody's in me, I can hear that choir sing. When my fingers find your strings, when I'm left all by my lonesome, you know just how I feel. When I'm down, you come around, you're my corner on two wheels. And every time I tell the truth, you catch me in a lie. And every time I try to run, you just won't let me hide. Your pearly gates fly open when I bow my head and pray. My thunder turns to lightning, you rain sunshine on my day. When that melody's in me, I can hear your choir sing. When my fingers find your strings. You're the sunrise in my morning, the warm wind through the night. You dance me through my darkness, lead me to the light. You answer all my questions and you finish what I start. And when I'm at a loss for words, you find them in my heart. Oh, I hold you oh so carefully, handle you with care. Oh, I never leave without you, I'll just take you everywhere. We both know I'm less without you, we know it's plain to see. I ain't holding you, my friend, it's you who's holding me. Your pearly gates fly open when I bow my head and pray. My thunder turns to lightning, you rain sunshine on my day. When that melody's in me, I can hear your choir sing. When my fingers find your string. You're the sunrise in my morning, the warm wind through the night. You dance me through my darkness and you lead me to the light. You answer all my questions, finish what I start. And when I'm at a loss for words, you find them in my heart. Ooh, I hold you oh so carefully, handle you with care. Oh, I never leave without you, I just take you everywhere. We both know I'm less without you, we both know it's plain to see. I ain't holding you, my friend, it's you who's holding me. Your pearly gates fly open when I bow my head and pray. My thunder turns to lightning, you rain sunshine on my day. When that melody's in me, I can hear your choir sing. When my fingers find your strings.
And so if we're here by divine appointment, then it makes sense that our experiences and our encounters have an aspect of the divine within them. Thomas Berry was a cultural historian and scholar of the world's religions, but rejected the label theologian, which he felt was too limited. As he became intrigued with earth history and evolution, he called himself a geologian. And he suggested that a deep understanding of the history and functioning of the evolving universe is a necessary inspiration and guide for our own effective functioning as individuals and as a species. In Dream of the Earth, he writes, "If the dynamics of the universe from the beginning shaped the course of the heavens, lighted the sun, and formed the earth, if this same dynamicism brought forth the continents and the seas and the atmosphere, if it awakened life in the primordial cell and then brought into being the unnumbered variety of living things, and finally brought us into being and guided us safely through the turbulent centuries, there is reason to believe that this same guiding process is precisely what has awakened in us our present understanding of ourselves and our relation to this stupendous process." Pretty amazing, isn't it? A geologian. I like that. I think I would refer to myself as a geologian more than a theologian. And though he doesn't use the words, what Thomas Berry is describing is that thing that we would call sacred or divine, what he calls a guiding or stupendous stupendous process we call the creativity of spirit or of divine intelligence. And we are the individualized expressions of this creative process. We are spirit, God, individualized in form, as we say almost every week. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, says we draw every breath of life from spirit, or we should cease to exist. Everything we touch, taste, smell, see, handle, or are conscious of is drawn from the invisible directly and unmistakably. Creation is the creator clothed in definite form. So because you and I are here, and because everything, including us, is inherently divine, then we must be here by divine appointment. And if we truly think about this, then it follows that every moment has within it the opportunity to express our innate divinity. Hence, every moment has the potential to be a divine appointment. We sprang from that seed of divinity at our very birth, and that same seed of divinity resides in every potential encounter. So the question becomes, how do we turn our everyday, not so sacred experiences into divine appointments? And let's begin by some of the premises that we teach. First, we live in a spiritual universe. I mean, I think we say that either the practitioners who see our on Sunday or I say that every single week. So we should have gotten that by now. And the nature of this universe is good and it is unlimited. And second, there is a law of mind that we may consciously use and direct to bring this good into our experience. This law of mind is the use we make of our thoughts and beliefs to draw the unlimited nature of God into individualized expression in our life. Every minute of every day, we are using our thoughts as vessels for infinite creativity to flow through us. Every moment, we are literally creating our life and our experiences by our thoughts and our beliefs. Our life experiences mirror back to us our thoughts and beliefs. As we align our thoughts with the infinite nature of good, then we partake of a greater good, and our experiences reflect the divinity of both ourselves and our spiritual universe. So today, turning every day into experiences, let me start over. Turning everyday experiences into divine appointments begins with setting an intention to see the divinity in ourselves, in others, and in everything around us. If we've got a divine appointment, then we have an intention to do something at a particular time and place. When we set an intention to see the divinity in this day, to express and experience its love and givingness, we are providing an avenue through which the law of mind manifests this intention in our outer world. When our thoughts are aligned with the good, the love, the harmony of the universe, then life flows easily and effortlessly. We're not trying to make things happen, as Rosie mentioned, but we are allowing the natural goodness of life to happen through us. When we set an intention, we are using the creative process of the universe to open the floodgates of an unlimited potentiality toward that intention. And so we're literally drawing to us everything that is needed for that intention to manifest. When we set an intention to see the divinity in all things, we begin to live from a different perspective. Our outer values give way to inner ones. We begin to measure our life not in worldly accomplishments, but in our ability to see the glory of life as it expresses through us. So after we set our intention to see the divinity in ourselves and others, our second step is acceptance, and we talked a lot about that last week. But I have to tell you, I've been thinking about this. Dr. William Hornaday was my mentor, and I also worked as his secretary. And there's one morning that we were having, several of us were in the office having a cup of coffee and just talking. And he said, you know, I do 2 services on Sunday, 1 service on Wednesday night, and 5 radio broadcasts a week. And I talk about 2 subjects: love and law, the power and the presence. That's it, 2 subjects. So what we are trying to do every week is to make it a little different, a little more interesting, something else to talk about, because we've only got 2 subjects. So we're going to talk about acceptance some more. So if we truly believe that our intention is being manifested, then we can accept people, situations, and circumstances as they occur, because they are part of our divine appointment. We know that this moment is as it should be because the whole universe is as it should be. And sometimes our intentions manifest easily. We have set an intention to have a good day, and then everything flows smoothly. We set an intention to solve a problem, and the solution becomes obvious. And it's easy to be in a state of acceptance when everything is going well. The second way an intention manifests requires some energy on our part to accept. So I want you to get this, because in order for an intention to manifest, anything that could block that manifestation presents itself as an opportunity for healing. You got that? And our job is to see this block not as something we must struggle against, but as something that requires our love. Deepak Chopra says, when you struggle against this moment, you're actually struggling against the entire universe. Instead, you can make the decision that today you will not struggle against the whole universe by struggling against this moment. This means that your acceptance of this moment is total and complete. You accept things as they are, not as you wish they were in this moment. And he says, this is important to understand. You can wish for things in the future to be different, but in this moment, you have to accept things as they are. When you feel frustrated or upset by a person or a situation, remember that you are not reacting to the person or the situation, but to your feelings about the person or situation. So it's important for you and I to understand that our acceptance of the situation or the experience, it's not a life sentence, but struggling against it is. And I think it was Carl Jung who coined the original phrase, what you resist persists. And that's really a catchphrase in our teaching. As long as we are struggling, as long as we are resisting, we are giving power to the very experience that we want to change. Acceptance releases our ego's hold over the situation and opens the channel for God's love to flow through us and through that situation. A Course in Miracles says, love does not conquer all things, but it does set all things right. And acceptance starts that process. And that brings us to our third step, to seeing life as a divine appointment. We have to be willing to follow our heart. We have to be open to new choices. Dr. Holmes says the universe is full of life, and that life is the life of God because there is no other source from which it could possibly come. The true norm for us, therefore, is life abundant, life to the very fullest extent, unmarred by anything contrary to it. God is life, and the nearer we come to an understanding of this and of our oneness with God, the less we shall be subject to anything that limits life. And I think that's truly our great lesson, to understand that God's Spirit, infinite intelligence, is life, and it is our life insofar as we allow it to flow through us without impediment. And we block the flow each time we stop an idea that is outside our comfort zone. When we let fear take the lead in our life, we limit the choices of our life. Ernest Holmes says, fear robs memory of happiness because it dwells upon the limitations and morbidities of the past. It robs the future of pleasurable and enthusiastic anticipation because it casts a shadow of its past into the future. It robs today of the possibility of fulfillment because it denies the good we might experience in the moment in which we live. So when you and I take a leap of faith, not allowing fear to stop us, we are saying yes to the adventure that life is, and we won't be disappointed. You know, in the mid-1970s, when the aerospace industry was collapsing, my then husband, his name was Ed, was an aerospace engineer and was laid off, a victim of the cuts. And he brought home the contents of the drawers he had cleaned out into his office. There were articles after articles, papers after papers, not on engineering, but on film production, computer animation, which was in its infancy, marketing and advertising. It was pretty obvious what his passions were, and they weren't engineering. So I had worked for ad agencies in Kansas City and Los Angeles and had taken classes in markets, and I really loved the field. So we decided to start our own ad agency, believing it would be a starting point toward a more fulfilling life for both of us, and certainly one more in tune with the contents of Ed's desk. So we were both in science and mind classes at the time, and so we began to pray and then to move our feet. And since Ed was from Argentina, we placed a small ad in a trade journal offering our services as a bilingual ad agency. And this is why I know this stuff works. The first response to our ad was a phone call from the marketing director of the cosmetic firm Max Factor. We not only landed that account, but we handled their Latin American advertising for around 4 years before they decided to go in-house with both their English and Spanish marketing. With Ed's contacts in engineering, we were able to pitch our agency to one of the divisions of Lear Sigler, and we won their account in competition with one of New York's largest ad agencies. Can you imagine two people sitting at a desk, right? You're sitting at the dining room table, planning a marketing scheme for Lear Sigler. But we did it, and we won. And these two accounts and other smaller ones allowed Ed to follow his bliss. In 1982, he partnered with two friends to form a company called Image West, a computer animation company. They did most of the cutting-edge graphics for the 1984 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles and a great deal of the Super Bowl that year, along with other clients that they got from both here and overseas. And Ed went on to produce other television shows in both English and Spanish, and then became interested in developing theme parks, which took him around the world. Back in 1975, when he came home with the contents from his desk drawer, he was at a choice point. Even though the aerospace industry was drying up, he was an exceptional engineer and needed to make only a phone call or two to be re-employed somewhere else. That would have been safe. That would have been clean. That would have been risk-free. But it wouldn't have been the fun. It wouldn't have been the adventure, or as Ed called it, the ride of a lifetime. So maybe you and I can look back over our lives and wonder what our lives would look like today if we had chosen differently. But the beauty about life is that it is always presenting us with a chance of adventure, of fulfillment, no matter our age or circumstances. We are always, at some level, at choice point. Rabindranath Tagore says it this way: where fear does not create barriers impenetrable, where the mind is free to take risk, where neither reward nor punishment, but honest curiosity motivates, where we can listen to the cosmos whispering its purposiveness to us. Into that land of creative freedom, let my world awake. When we claim that what is in front of us is our divine appointment, then what is in front of us becomes divine. And we are awake to its potential, its inherent adventure, and all the joy it contains. So I haven't given assignments in a long time, but this is your assignment for the week. First one, set an intention to see the divinity in ourselves, others, and everything around us. Second, to accept exactly where we are, remembering that what we resist will persist. And finally, be open to new choices. Be willing to step out of our comfort zone so that the life we live each moment is truly our divine appointment. Thank you. Namaste.
Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. A higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. A higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. A higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. A higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. No more forward, no more backward, no more spinning around and around. My life is moving ever upward. My feet are leaving the ground. Yeah, where are we going? Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. A higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. A higher place, higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we haven't done that for a while, have we?
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for our offering. Chance to put the law of creativity in process. So I invite you to join me in the offering affirmation on the left-hand side of our bulletin. My gift goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I share generously of my good, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you for your generosity that allows us to be a thriving little pearl in the neck of this woods. So thank you so much. At the volunteer dinner, Laura Lynn, who used to work with the kids here, and Crystal, who cleans our place as well as ours at home, they help serve the volunteer dinner. And I was talking to Crystal on Friday, and she said, we were talking, and we said, this isn't a church. This is a family. So I thought that was really nice that two people who don't go to our church can see that in us. So I thought I'd share that with you. So let's take a moment to close this out in prayer. And please, there's a ton of good-looking stuff up there. So please join us for refreshments. I know that there is one mind, one divine intelligence, one spirit. And I know that this spirit is good. It's unlimited. And it's what you and I are made of. So I speak my word in joy for each one of us here, for all of the adventures we have said yes to, and those that we're going to say yes to. And know that life is good and very good. I speak my word for anyone experiencing any kind of a challenge, and and I speak my word for those people in the Los Angeles area. I used to live there, and so I can just, I see these landmarks going up in flames, and it makes me tear up. But yet, what I know is that within this devastation, God is right there, and things will be and are being restored as we speak. I speak a special word for Don and Lynn, and know that, again, right where they are, the power and presence of God is. I give thanks for the opportunity to be here today, to be a part of this incredible family, and to be able to claim from the deepest part of my heart that love is here, right now, and so it is. Okay, can we... stand and sing stand.
So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are living a new world now. So let there be